This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Jason Brewer, the CEO of Marula Mining. It's good to be talking to you again, Jason. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Mark. Very, very well.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Of course, there's been two RNSs this morning, one giving a comprehensive quarterly update from the company, and the second, an update on the processing going on at Blesberg. So let's come to that one first. The RNS mentions about the first 1,000 tonnes of high-grade run-of-mine lithium ore to be delivered progressively over the next 4 weeks. Approximately 4,000 tonnes of material is either packaged or in 1-tonne bags. So, is everything ready to go then, Jason? I know you mentioned as well you're going back on site to, I guess, oversee the delivery of the lithium ore personally. Do you have a date of this in mind?
Oh, look, I was there just last week and having a quick look, actually checking some of the bag material, some of the stockpiles. So that was very, very good to see. Part of our process is the check samples, making sure we've got the correct assays, protocols and procedures in place for the sales of that bag material. I'm back down there 10 days. So between now and then, all the logistics are being arranged and trucks will start arriving up at our mine gate to take the product from us.
Between now and then. Okay, so you won't actually be there for the first truck to arrive, or would you like to be?
I will be. I most certainly will do my best to get there. There's no question about that. Quite a day. It'll be quite a day for us.
Okay, so in about 10 days. Okay, that's good. You mentioned there about samples, and that's something I picked up from the RNS there. You say samples are going off for assay as part of the agreement there. I guess that's to make sure that the offtake partner is happy with everything and the quality that they're getting. Do you have any idea how long these will take to come back?
Look, it's anything up to 2 weeks. That's the timetable which SMP, our mining and processing consultants, have given us. We've actually gone to a number of labs. So we're getting a fair few, call it check assays. We've got a minimum grade that we have to deliver, but we also just want to know as well some of the quality of that material. So it's very important for us as we move forward with the project, not just on these next 2 deliveries of 1,000 tonnes, but longer term, given the offtake discussions that are ongoing as well.
Okay, we'll come on to some of those offtake discussions. I did notice from the RNS you talk about mine layout and optimization work is ongoing with upgrades. Is the plan here to possibly increase the production, maybe get to 2,000, double it?
We're working on that. That's one of the things. Getting the stockpiles are there. Getting the material from the stockpiles crushed, screened is not a problem. It's the final sorting where we're looking at ways of increasing the throughput there. So going significantly above that 1,000 tonnes of what we have as, call it, sales deliveries a month. So testing is afoot to see just how effective the new processes can be. So something to look out for over the course of this quarter.
Okay, excellent. Now let's talk about the offtake discussions then, because it did mention in the RNS about long-term offtake discussions are being progressed with multiple parties for both material from the reprocessing of the stockpiles and the potential for the hard rock conventional open pit mining. So that's ongoing. And again, from the quarterlies, I picked up that 27th of October last year, you mentioned you were in advanced discussions with 2 African-focused mining investment funds on potential transactions that would involve a significant investment in the company. Are you able to elaborate any more on this or potential joint ventures here?
I can touch on the offtakes first. Clearly, the material we're processing now has come out from the former open pit operations, which were there, albeit they were focused on tantalum. So the material we're processing and literally selling the first 2,000 tonnes really gives longer-term offtake parties an idea of what we're going to be producing from a larger, longer-term conventional open pit operation. So, we have that material that can go out for them so they can sample that and get comfortable with it. So that's really put us in a good position with a number of parties. The investment funds are completely separate to the offtake discussions. So these are groups based in South Africa, one of whom I was with last Thursday in Johannesburg. And basically they're looking at us as a way of, I guess, getting a larger exposure in that battery metals space. we're looking at them as a means of accelerating or fast tracking what we're doing. I think you've pointed out that we're moving pretty fast as it is, but with this group with us, they really just give us that kind of it's an adrenaline injection, as if we need another one. But it really does allow us to, press the rockets and get moving, should that eventuate over the coming weeks.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Just on potential offtake partners then, would you be looking to potentially get an agreement in place that would help facilitate the funding of development further at Blesberg, including the hard rock mining?
Absolutely. I mean, you've seen us do that already with the startup on the stockpiles. So to repeat that, it's the smart way of doing it. Let's be honest. We've got product. We can deliver. We've already demonstrated that we can move quickly into mining and deliveries. So using that product as a means of funding, as opposed to the equity route, then certainly that's something I'm very much focused on at the moment.
Okay, good. Well, I do have some questions from shareholders. I've covered a couple of points already, but I'll just go through the last sort of few questions that came directly to me. Do you know when the payment, or the second payment, that $2.5 million is due?
That'll be as soon as we've delivered the first 1,000 tons. So we've actually got it budgeted towards the end, we'll call it the second half, end of February. So that will come in, and that is a nice cash injection, which clearly we'll be looking to use at Blesberg and even some of the other projects there. Okay.
Any idea on pricing of offtake after March? Would you be looking for perhaps more than 2.5 million per 1,000 tons?
Look, we clearly have a better understanding by then of the product we've got, not just the lithium, but the tantalum as well, the quality of the materials. So we'll be far better placed in terms of our negotiating position.
Okay.
The deliveries we're making now are at mine gate, so we don't have to manage any of the logistics, transportation to port, and so on. So it works very well for us. From a small group that's moved very quickly, not to have to deal with that side of the business is very helpful. So, you're seeing stuff between $2,500 and $5,000 a ton, based upon the sort of grades that we're going to be producing. So, let's see how those negotiations and discussions pan out over the coming weeks.
Okay, so negotiations will continue, and you'll see, what the best outcome is for both parties, effectively, whether to continue with the sort of current arrangement at mine gate or look for something different that suits both of you.
Look, I'd love to continue with that. It just makes the whole operation very simpler. But clearly, we've got to look to optimize the returns from that operation. So we'll see that. But as I said, once we've got a lot of the sample analysis back, that will give us a better understanding of exactly what sort of a product we've got, and some of the byproduct credits, the tantalum, for instance.
Yeah.
I think that could be something which could materially impact on the sort of revenue streams we have.
Okay, excellent. And again, just on the same sort of theme, would you be looking at any DSO? That's, of course, direct shipping order contracts.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, that's what we're doing at the moment from the stockpiles. So that makes it very simple.
Okay.
And the material we're shipping has come out of the ground there. It hasn't been trucked from hundreds of kilometers away. So, look, we've got a very extensive drilling, trenching, exploration program to commence later this quarter, which, of course, we'll put more news out about in the coming month. But, that's clearly one of the options which we'll have.
Okay. Now, just on the investment funds and the African investment fund we spoke about just a few minutes ago, do you know anything about the shares that they'll be issued? Will they be issued shares at a premium to the current price?
Look, our share prices move so damn quickly. At what point do you fix it? Look, the reason we're getting involved in this group, potentially finalizing a transaction with this group, is because they add more than just dollars into the bank. They bring an incredible amount of experience, technical team, abilities throughout Southern Africa. So, we don't just go chasing a dollar here. We go chasing a partner who we feel can add significantly to what we're doing. Clearly, I want to maximize, the money coming in, any future money coming into us, and make sure that all shareholders benefit. Nobody likes doing things heavily discounted. Let's be honest about that. And as a major shareholder, I'm one of them.
Okay.
But whilst I'm dealing with these guys, we're looking at the bigger picture with them, not just in the next 3, 6, 12 months, but long term, that's for sure.
So you'd be looking to balance the benefit or the dilution to shareholders, of course, you being one of them, against the benefit of having a group like this come in?
Look, I think once people recognise the group that we're talking to, their experience, their background, their capabilities, I think that's worth several cents in itself. So that should be priced in whenever you look at the sort of group you work with. So I think people will be very pleased with the sort of negotiations we've had over recent weeks, and certainly last week in Joburg. So
will you be looking to close this fairly soon?
Yes.
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 As soon as possible. Okay.
Yes. So of course we're moving forward, and these negotiations, discussions that we have with various groups, there's multiple parties out there that want to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a very, I guess, good process in place to eliminate parties based upon what they bring to the table. So as I said, it's not just dollars we chase when we're looking for partners. It's the credibility, the credentials, the third-party validation to the work and programs that we're doing.
Okay. Another thing I picked up from the quarterly was, of course, the commencement of exploration at the Bagamoyo and the Kinusi project. So that's good to see that starting. Someone was asking what the access is like.
Yeah, look, I mean, Bagamoyo, we drove down there from Dar es Salaam. So getting down there, main road along the coast, very easy, very easy. I think that was a 3-hour drive to get onto site. And sealed road for 95% of the way, so no issues with that. Heading out towards Kinusi, the copper, out in Dodoma region. Dodoma is obviously the capital city of Tanzania, so the project is south there. The main road, which goes all the way through to Dar, is maybe an hour away. So again, great access. We're upgrading, obviously, access on site, but logistics for both those projects really shouldn't be questioned. It's a great place to work. Okay, excellent. And just a final question, Jason. It'll come up all the time until it happens. Any update on the move to AIM, the IPO into AIM? Yeah, we're looking to get an announcement out beginning of next week now. So I think we've made it clear that is a key priority of ours. Look, it's been pleasing to see the liquidity, the trading volumes on Aquis, but to have these dual listings, I think will strengthen our position and attract more investors. So we've got all the key consultants appointed. Work has commenced. So one of the key reports which goes into the AIM listing document is the reporting accountants. And as part of that, we're finalising our audited accounts for the period ending 31 December. So we've got to finish them anyway. We're finishing them as quickly as we can, because that's critical for that listing document. So I've said end of this quarter, and that's what I'm pushing for. It may well push into the first week or two of April, but that won't be through a lack of trying from our point. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Jason Brewer, the CEO of Marula Mining, for your time today. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate your time.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.